right, so we are down to like 50% of the room. Kim and I are on this. We saw what time of the agenda we were at. We were like, that seems like cocktail time. So we've decided that we are your cocktails. I've decided that Kim is a tequila sunrise. She does not know I was going to say this.
I didn't know that.
Because you're colorful and bright, and she packs a serious punch.
Okay.
As Bill mentioned, I'm Athena McGuire. I'm a field vice president at Ameriprise. I lead the largest independent territory at our firm. We have 700 advisors in my footprint. My average practice produces 1.4 million in production. And I'm so excited to be here with my top advisor in my territory. So Kim was on the advisors to watch list for Advisor Hub, and she is an advisor that my team and I watch very closely because they service the most households in my footprint. And they do the most production, and they are just fabulous partners. So Kim, I'll have you introduce yourself to the room.
Okay, well, thank you. I'm not average. I don't want to be average. So I'm Kimberly Worth. I've been with Ameriprise since the beginning. That's 35 years. I lead a team of 11 advisors and a total of 24 as of next week, team members. Let's see, I don't know. What's unique about my practice is that all 4 of my children and my husband are also part of my practice. My daughter Katie is an advisor, my son Michael's an advisor, my daughter Elizabeth is an advisor and a CFP, and my baby is an intern. She's a student at the university, and she is also working as an intern. So, oh, he's an advisor too, also a CFP, sorry. So, but I think what's special about us, we work as a team. My whole team works together. When you're a client and you come to us, we really, we make it clear to you that you're not just working with Kim or Bobby or Mary or Katie or whoever. You're working with the whole team, and we really surround you with a lovely client experience. I mean, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, and that is what we're here to talk about. So we thought it'd be helpful, instead of telling you why the client experience is important, because y'all know that already, instead we're going to talk about how an industry leader brings that to life in a team environment. So I'm going to actually, there's a slide I have pulled up here. So there are 4 pillars to client experience, and I wanted to put a spin on this because right now we're in a time where, if we're just being really honest, everyone is really tired, right? It's hard right now. There's volatility. The environment, clients expect more than ever from all of you and from your teams. And there's a little bit of a spin that we need to put on our client experience when we're in volatile markets. So when we think about those 4 components to the experience, the first one is really helping clients ground in a financial plan, or at minimum understanding their most important goal. And for most clients, that's retirement. But we're in volatile markets. We need to sort of put a spin on that and helping clients connect the dots and say, what's my number? So what's the number that I need to see my accounts drop to before I start losing sleep? Like, where should I start losing sleep? And making sure that our teams are delivering that type of messaging in a consistent way to clients to help them connect that. The second pillar is around the investment side of it. So we've all done a great job selling the right investment solutions to our clients, helping them plan for volatile markets. But when volatile markets happen, clients forget why they have things. So we've got to remind them of what solutions, what products do they have and why, and reconnecting them to the purpose behind it. The third pillar in the experience is around using technology in a way to let clients do business with you how they want, right? That ease of doing business. Can they interact with you when, where, how they want to? Is it easy for them to transact business? Can they check their goals in the middle of the night if they're not sleeping? How are you leveraging technology to serve clients in a more personal way, which everybody's expecting now? And then the last pillar of the experience is around contacting clients. How often are you talking to clients? And especially in volatile markets, they want to hear from you more. They want that proactivity. When we look at client retention data across the industry, clients leave and switch firms because they're unhappy with the level of contact they're getting. That's usually the primary driver when they decide to make a change. You may be seeing clients all week. You may be doing review appointments, 15, 20 a week, calling clients nonstop. But at the end of the day, do you have a mechanism to be able to figure out, are all your clients being touched? Is your team following through on commitments when clients reach out? to make sure you're consistently delivering on the experience. And so I'm going to interview Kim to hear a little bit more about how her teams bring all these different components to life right now. And we're going to start with that first one around goals. So Kim, when you think about the work that you do at Orth Financial Group with clients, how right now in this market are you helping clients sort of reconnect to their goals and their plans?
Yeah, our clients by and large are financial planning clients, and so we've identified what your goals are. We're helping you track your goals, and I think it gives clients a lot of comfort when they can see that even though, like in these last 6 months, I would say, of having meetings with clients, I'll say to them, and I've updated your financial plan using current numbers. So I'm not using December 2021 numbers where I'm showing you that everything looks rosy and it's, you know, the days of wine and roses. These are ugly days, and your portfolio has come down just like everything else. You look at your 401k, that's down too, and you're still okay. Or maybe you're not okay, and here's what you need to do. I think when you take the uncertainty out of it, even if it's bad news, people respond well to it, and they understand that. And you give them, what makes people nervous or fearful or concerned is when they feel like they have no control and there's nothing I can do about it. When you come in and meet with me, I'm giving you something to do. Here's what you can do. Here's what I need you to do. And now suddenly I've given the power back to you, and you have an action plan. You know what you need to do, and that just, it takes the temperature way down.
It's huge. I remember I was in a team meeting with you, and you guys used the analogy of when you're hitting turbulence in an airplane, of if the pilot doesn't come on and let you know, hey, it's okay,
yeah.
like this, it's
I
really
think we're
scary,
going down.
right? Yeah, but y'all are the pilots to your clients,
Right.
of letting them know, like, we planned for this, it's okay, this is normal, here's what it looks like for you. Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah.
So connecting the investments to the goals and helping clients understand why you protected them with all the solutions, how are you leading your team through those types of conversations?
Yeah, so I have younger advisors on my team who have never been through this type of a market. And actually, I don't mind this kind of a market. I know you're all going to think I'm an alien or something, or maybe I was planted here by, I don't know, something. This market is okay for me. I'm totally good with this. I think a market like this, but really my job these days is more CEO work than actual client-facing advisor work. I mean, I do meet with clients, but I really see my role as more CEO. And so my job really is to teach my younger people how to get through something like this. This type of market is disturbing, it's unpleasant, it's frightening, it's not life-threatening. That's what you need to keep saying to them. This is not going to be the end of your life. If 2001, 2002, and 2003 didn't kill me, this is not going to kill you. Let me just tell you, this is a normal market correction. So. You know, I think I say what you said. We need to continue to reach out to clients. We need to proactively reach out to them. I mentioned earlier, we give a very thorough, a very deep, a very complete client service experience. We listen, we pay attention in meetings. If you mention, oh, I'm going to have shoulder surgery, we're sending something out to you. And we're going to call you maybe a week or two after the surgery and say, how are you making out? Are you recovering the way you should be recovering? Is there anything you need from us? Not like doctor or nurse type of stuff, but you know, anything financially you need from us. I don't know, I'm trying to teach them not just how to be great advisors, but how to be great humans. You know, I'm getting off track here, so I told you I'm going to go down a rabbit hole or two. But one of the things, too, that's very important in my practice is giving back. Every one of us in this room are so incredibly blessed. You have achieved and will achieve more success than you ever thought you could achieve. And you have so much that most of the world just doesn't have. And so I'm a big fan of feeding the hungry. I must have issues with that, I don't know, but I don't like childhood hunger. And so in my community, I'm volunteering with the food bank or the Ministry of Caring or the Emmanuel Dining Room. And I don't even just like it when I go. I want to take my whole team with me. I want to bring clients with me. A couple weeks ago, we did our day of service at the food bank, and I was talking to a client on Monday, and I said, "Listen, we're going to do our day of service at the food bank on Friday. Why don't you come and bring your child with you, because your child is very blessed too, client." And so she did, and we had a great day, and I love that. That's the kind of stuff that feeds my soul. I love that.
It's part of the consistent client touches too, right? So at the end of the day, you're touching clients not just in the formal way of doing review appointments, but they're sort of part of this community family that you're bringing them in.
And we get a lot of repeat volunteers, some because we take them out for cocktails and hors d'oeuvres afterwards. It's fun. We just we have a lot of fun in our practice. We don't like to, we work very hard. Don't get me wrong. Everybody works very hard, and we also like to play hard, so.
I love it. On the, you think about your team, you're leading a very large team, and you have specialists in different types of roles. So when we think about things like, following up on client contact or marketing or even the investment solutions, talk a little bit about how you have different people kind of focused on those different avenues.
Yeah, so Scott's my investment manager, and he leads the investments on the team. On my advisor team, I have 6 concierges. I don't do anything in that office by myself. There is always another human who is taking notes or executing or following up on something or creating some deliverable out of whatever's coming out of my mouth or my body. And so that's also the way my younger people learn. They learn because they're following me, they're paying attention, they're my baby birds, and their responsibility is just like these 3 younger advisors that I just promoted, right? Michael, Elizabeth, and Matt. I have them in this market. They're reaching out to clients. They're having these difficult conversations. Maybe they're screwing up a little bit, I don't know, but they're not gonna mess up so bad that, it's gonna be horrible. They're gonna learn how to think on their feet. I mean, I still put my foot in my mouth some days, oh my God, did I just do that, So I have to keep, teaching them and exposing them to new experiences and difficult experiences, and we divide the work up on the team. I mean, it's not just one person's job. Barney handles my estate planning and my 401ks. Scott does the investments. I don't know. It's the whole team, really.
Working together.
Yeah.
And when you talk about doing new things, during COVID, everybody pivoted to, leveraging technology, but that was something that was sort of turnkey for your team and still is. Would you talk a little bit about how you're leveraging sort of some of the technology and tools with clients?
Yeah, so I hate to say this, but when COVID hit, we were actually in a very good position to very seamlessly transition to a virtual experience for clients. Left to my own devices, I will meet with you face to face because I have the best experience when I'm meeting with you face to face. I like to be able to read your body language. I like to be able to see your face, what you're doing with your body. I like to hear the inflection without having some technology. However, I live in Delaware. I don't know if we mentioned that. Anyway, Delaware did shut down at some point, I think March, and we, of course, are an essential business, but my chief operating officer said, look, we should send everybody home and let them work remotely. They've all got their laptops. They've all got, we have a phone service through the internet. I don't know, all of the stuff that you guys probably have, all of that. And so we used Teams, and I actually never left the office. I own the building, so I can go there whether I can or not, and nobody's gonna tell me I can't. So I have very few boundaries, so I would work 24 hours a day if I had my office in my house. And so I have to keep my work at the office and my home life at home, because otherwise I will just work too many hours, and I already work too many hours. I love what I do, and I'm helping people, and it's great work. You know this because you're doing it too. So during this period after COVID, I kept my son Michael with me in the office. He didn't really have a choice. So
benefits of kids and
exactly right. It's all good. He's good. He's a very hard worker. So we did things either by phone or by Teams. And then gradually, after June, we started bringing people back into the office. Of course, there was all that, transition and everything. And even now, we have some clients that are stationed overseas. We have some clients in the UK, clients in Switzerland, clients in Italy, whatever. And for whatever their deployment is, they're working there, we're here. We used to just do a phone call with them, a teleconference. Now we can use Teams meetings, and it's good. It's better. Even after COVID now, we find that some clients still prefer to meet via Teams. So it's, we are going to meet you where you are. If you're comfortable, the husband works in Dover, the wife works in Philadelphia, if they have to take a whole day off from work just to see me in Wilmington, fine, we can do this over Teams. It's not a big deal. And as long as the meeting is, it's productive, it's efficient, it's meaty, I'm willing to do that. And this, when I say I mean my whole team of advisors. They all do this. And Mary and Bobby probably do more of it. Katie probably does more of it than I do. I work with an older clientele that wants to come in. It's all good. It's groovy, guys. It's all good.
Well, and I think we talk about technology, and there's sort of, the client experience is technology that clients interact with, like, abilities to text with clients and for them to check goals online. But then there's the whole technology suite that I would say creates the efficiencies that allow you to have your team, even if they're traditionally been back office, to be more client facing, right? To get the time back to do that. And I know in your team, Kim, you have a few advisors that are leveraging something that we use at Ameriprise called eMeeting, which is a meeting automation tool that pulls in a lot of reports that they're able to do kind of digitally or in person with clients, as well as some of the other kind of tracking features through our CRM system, et cetera. Speak a little bit to your internal processes. I know your COO focuses a lot on helping the team be as efficient as possible.
Yeah, we have a process for everything. There's not a process that we have not seen that we don't love. And I have some team members that when I come to them with a problem, let me work on a process for that, because you've heard this already, the other speakers earlier today, and even the gentleman that was just here before us, he talked about how it's so important to have efficiencies and to save time and not to waste time on non-productive activities. And so as Athena says, we use this e-meeting. Historically, we would have to prep for the meeting. You'd have to pull together all kinds of information from 10 different sources. This required a lot of labor. Today, these systems all talk to each other at our firm, and it's much easier to pull all of this together. Even the applications that we used, everything is electronic now. Nothing is paper, like literally almost nothing. I think some trust applications have to be on paper, but really everything else is all electronic. And as you said, when we use a CRM system that is integrated to everything, we track everything, we keep information on everything. Opportunity Manager, which is future business opportunities, or the Prospect Manager system, where you can input prospects into the system or clients. We have financial planning online for clients to be able to see their financial plans online. And there's even a function where you can go onto the website and you can play with the technology a little bit. Well, what if I retired at 50 instead of 55? Or what if I worked until I was 58 instead of 55? And they can play with that a little bit, even without meeting with me or one of my advisors, and they can just see what that looks like. So clients really like that. Again, it goes back to empowering them to be able to access some of this data. And I get that, I feel that, because I know it kind of looks like I may not be very analytical. you would be surprised. There's a very analytical person inside of this shell, and there's no numbers or data or math that I never met that I didn't love. So I get it when I have clients that are very analytical and they want that data. You're speaking to my soul, really.
Love it. So the client contact side and servicing clients, you support clients at volume in your practice, and as a, in Wilmington, you're in an area where a lot of clients come to you knowing that you're a Barron's Rank Hall of Fame advisor, and it's Kim, but at the same time you've done a really amazing job of building a team around you. Speak a little bit to how you've been able to have clients be serviced by different members of the team without that being a hitch, and how you've been able to move relationships and how you guys stay on top of that service.
Yeah, so clients, first of all, they come into the practice knowing they work with the whole practice, and so that does make it easier for me. As I said, I have a concierge in every one of my meetings. These concierges in general have been promoted to advisor, and so when they are getting ready to be promoted, like my 3 youngest ones right now, I've identified clients in my book who would work best with Matt or Michael or Elizabeth or whatever, and so I'm transitioning these advisors, these clients to the advisors in a way that is very supportive for clients. Athena, you've been working with me for many years now. You know how old I am. I'm not going to tell any of you, so just you'll have to guess. Sorry. It's younger than you're thinking, whatever you're thinking. Yeah, that's right, you laugh. So anyway, as I was saying, you've worked with me for many years. It's not that I'm retiring or I'm going anywhere. One of the gentlemen earlier today said, Joe, I think it was, said, oh, I'll probably die with my boots on. Yeah, maybe I will too, I don't know, it's hard to say. I mean, I really love what I do. And there's not a lot that I'm not doing that I would have to be retired to do. So I'm not going anywhere, and someday I will. I'll die because I know where I'm going, and I want you to have the opportunity to develop a relationship with one of my younger advisors, so that the transition is very very smooth for you. I want you to, so in the future, if you have questions, just reach out to this advisor. Any service issues that you need, they'll be reaching out to you. In fact, they'll conduct your next meeting. I'll be there, but they'll conduct the meeting. So, I mean, it's loving, it's supportive, it's really having the best interest of the client in the front of your brain, in your prefrontal cortex. You're constantly thinking what is right for the client, what is best for the client, what's going to give them the best experience with Worth Financial Group.
I love it, Kim. And you've built something bigger than yourself. And in closing, when we think about the client experience, all this stuff is really fundamental. But when you start leading organizations as large as all of you are at this point, there's an element of control that you need to relinquish, right? So everything Kim talked about is, as a team, she's developing young folks and being okay with, what they're learning. They might make mistakes, but we've got enough credits with clients that it's okay. And also having a process where you're able to inspect some of this. It sounds silly, but do you know clients are getting callbacks from your team when they're calling in for help? Do you know that all your clients are being touched? Do you have a way to process that, to be able to really look and say, have we done a good job coming back to clients and reminding them about their most important goals? So kind of getting back to basics on some of this. So with that, we thank you for your time. We appreciate you letting us chat with y'all, and have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.